ngokafikile uProject 90 kuhlela lini yethu asisokoli ngamanzi asisokoli nganto yalayita asisokoli ngawucharger phone ngoku.
Oh, isimo sebese sibe kakhulu isimo salapha sisibi kakhulu sikena nto sinayo sisibi sona.
Umsobomvu ngekafika uProject 90 bekunzima kakhulu ngoba besingenanto zolayita singenanto zopheka kunzima namanzi siwakha kude zonke zazinto.
When we came to Msobomvu, there was basically nothing here. No basic services, people didn't have electricity, no clean water. So in terms of an ideal place to do the pilot, I think Msobomvu was the right community.
Bengekho neteksi apha esingakwazi uhamba iteksi. Kwakho into ebhetelana nje ukubona indlela ikabe right.
Msobomvu was ideal in so many ways. This was a community that was not operating in a reactive space. They were really thinking ahead and thinking along the lines of what would be good for the whole village. We really felt like this would be a community that would work with us in a partnership rather than look at us as a giver.
Inguquko ibenhle kakhulu sibonile ibekhona ichange yakho njengoProject 90 ethe wafika nje apha kuthi apha eMsobomvu. Ikhona ichange yakho.
Uyakhumbula ndiyomtshele wena sifuna iProject 90 fika amandla apha futhi sicela uMsobomvu fika amandla siyahlanganisa siyabona ikwenza right. We've done the light box and Meleka, Noluvuyo and Bolekiwe are ready and they are there. When you need help, if there's a problem with your light box, they are there to help you to fix it here in Msobomvu.
Opa kugeri besikwi-training ye-panel isola for ukongezelelwa uba ngabaxana kwezi sola bebesinike zona nesola bebesinike zona ba xa ufuna usebenzisa i-TV okanye usebenzisa i-fridge uwongezelela ntoni na.
What the inverter does is it changes it from 12 volts to 240 volts. So that's taken care of that for me. So this 45 watt fan at 240 volts, how many amps is it using?
Information is nice ifumene ngoku sifumene into yobana singakwazi ubana umntu kulo msebenzi besebenza ngawo siyakwazi umntu futhi ndinento endifuna uzongeza kwi-solar system okanye kwi-battery singakwazi into yobana simconnectele because sifundile sayazi.
Ilandukazi cable for solar panel ziya light box. From the light box goes inside to the controller charger to charge the battery. Then from the light box we have a switch to make it on and off. And then here we have my bulbs to light my box. Like this.
We had a number of preparatory meetings where we got to identify more specifically what the needs of the community is, as well as having a bit of a look at what some of the assets are that the community has that they can bring from their own side, and sort of getting the community to start to envisage what it is that they can do with this village that they have and with the land that they have available and with their human resources and with their intellectual capital.
The reason we think it's quite important to have those 3 or 4 meetings before implementation starts is that implementation is actually the easiest part of the process. The most important part of what we are trying to achieve with this program is successful uptake of renewable energy. We don't want people to see these technologies as white elephants or as nothing to do with them. We really want there to be a strong sense that these technologies can offer services that are needed and that they are viable and that they can be added to and really create energy security.
We introduced the concept of the Wonder Bag into the community, which is a bag essentially filled with polystyrene, which allows people to keep hot things hot and cold things cold. That's been enormously useful to the community in terms of reducing the amount of wood that is used for fire purposes. We started doing practical training within the community to teach them how to make their own composting toilets, do mud brick building, how to dig swales for groundwater capture, how to implement some permaculture work.
This is comfrey that we saw at the back there, and some manure. Now this one has been going for about 2 weeks.
If you take that fertilizer and you spray it on the leaves, it's actually faster absorbing the fertilizer.
The final step of that was that we needed to also try and do something about water access within the community.
As soon as this valve opens, all of this water starts to move. When it has enough momentum and it closes it, boom, now the pumps start to work.
One of the things that we knew that would make a big difference was bringing in rainwater catchment tanks into the community.
We put the gutters in the roof so the water can go through the gutters, through the tanks for water. After they've put the gutters in stand, we have to go around and check if it's all right, it's been put down correctly. Then after that, we give them the voucher. Then after the voucher, we give them the tank. We've given out 240 tanks.
We're doing sort of the last final 30 tanks are being rolled out within the community, and it's just fantastic in order to be able to see this community of 250 plus houses that has got rainwater catchment in place on pretty much every single house, that has solar panels on pretty much every single house, where people are able to light their homes, whereas in the past people had to pay a fortune for paraffin or for candles.
Ngokusinika amatanki ithe yona ethi imvula agcwala amatanki wethu sanza ivasi intoni ngoku nxa ndiphume endlini yam ndiphuma ndiphethe ibhakethe lam ndisiya phaa etanki ndifike ndivulela amanunga kube kuhle kumentlizweni.
I think water is a source of life. It's something that you need, and when you have access to water, there's also some other things that you can do. One of the things that we always spoke about, it emerged, I think, even on our first meeting when we came here, was how we can support this community develop into an agriculture-supported community.
I'm trying to let them see that they don't really need to have much money for them to start farming. The natural way is the healthy way and is the best way.
Ngoba imvula ilethile izityalo zizofa, imfuyo izofa, amasimi wethu azaba right. Sincedile kakhulu ngamanzi. Sincedakele kakhulu. Senza into esiyithandayo ke ngoku siyasebenza ukulima. Siyasebenza sibulaleki ngezandla zethu.
Apha into esiyifundileyo njengoba sisebenza nalo Project 19 nje kunye nabantu, sifundisene uba masimanyane singabantu, qinisekile kakuhle straight qiniseke nyhani njengoba siye ekupheleni siqinisekile.
Ya ndibona ndikwazi ukuzimela kodwa ke sikaqini straight ngqo kuba zisekhona izidingo esizifunayo makumbi le nto yesikolo.
We have learned especially about the magic that happens when people take ownership of their futures and when they realize how much that they can achieve together as a collective.